Good morning, all. Today, let us continue to discuss the module 2, which is Fourier series. So, in the last class, we have discussed about the introduction of a Fourier series, where we use Fourier series, and who is the founder, and what are the different types of periodic functions, and how to solve those periodic functions. And we have also learnt about the concept of even and odd function, which can be effectively used to reduce the length of the problem in a suitable interval. So here let us continue to see more about Fourier series. So a series of the form f of x is equal to a naught by 2 plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity a n cos n pi x by L plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity b n sin n pi x by L. So what are this a naught, a n and b n are all about? So a naught is 1 by pi. The formula for a naught is given by this 1 by pi integral minus pi to pi f of x dx. So what I am discussing here is mainly in the interval minus pi to pi. So this formula, whatever we are written, is applicable only for the interval minus pi to pi. So this is what as our a naught, and a n is given by this formula. It is 1 by n minus pi to pi f of x cos nx dx. And bn is equal to 1 by pi minus integral to pi minus integral minus pi to pi f of x sin nx dx. So where a naught, a n and b n are all called as Fourier coefficients. So before getting into the problem, these are the main things that you need to remember while working out the problems, because these are the things which will be occasionally used while solving the problems. So the few things I'm going to note it, you can better note it down so that it is easy for you to remember or solve the problem in an easier way. So we are going to use the value cos 0 degree is always 1. And we also know sin 0 is 0. Similarly, cos of minus n theta is, sin of minus n theta is minus sin n theta, and cos of minus n theta is cos n theta itself. Sin of n plus 1 pi. So for any value of n, sin of n plus 1 pi is 0. Whereas cos of n plus 1 pi for any value of n is minus 1 to the power of n plus 1. And cos n pi is minus 1 to the power of n. And sin n pi is 0. Cos 2n pi. So for any value of n, you will have an even multiple for pi, where the value for cos 2n pi is 1. Similarly, sin 2n pi is 0. Sin of n minus 1 pi is 0. Cos of n minus 1 pi is minus 1 to the power of n minus 1. You can also give some values for n, like n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on, and also check whether you get these values. So for sure you will be getting these values. And now the another sum of the formulas that you need to remember is cos n by 2. So for different values of n, when we check, when n takes the even value like 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 and so on, the value of this term cos of 2n pi by 2 gives you minus 1 to the power of n by 2. Similarly, cos n pi by 2 gives the value 0 when n is odd. Odd is nothing but 1, 3, 5, 7 and so on. Similarly, sin n pi by 2 is this when n is odd, and sin n pi by 2 is 0 when n is even. So similarly, like sin of n plus half into pi and cos of n plus half into pi. So these are the things which is better always to remember, or you have it handy and keep using while solving the problem, so that you can also remember them in a better way. So now let us see this Dirichlet conditions. What are these Dirichlet conditions are all about? So Fourier series, this Fourier series concept may not be applicable for all the functions. So some functions which satisfies the conditions which are called as Dirichlet conditions only can be expanded by using Fourier series. So what are these Dirichlet conditions are? So let us see the conditions. If f of x is a real valued function, so remember f of x must be a real valued function, and then it must obey the Dirichlet conditions. What are these conditions? Which are given by f of x is a single valued and finite in the interval c comma c plus 2 pi. So f of x must be single valued. It must take only one value, and it is finite. It must be a finite quantity in the specified interval. The specified interval for say example, we can take it as c comma c plus 2 pi. And f of x must be a periodic function with a period 2 pi. and f of x must be a continuous, or it has some finite number of discontinuities in the same interval specified. F of x must be a continuous function, that is a condition. Even if it is having minimum number of discontinuities, even then we can apply the Fourier series concept. And f of x has at most finite number of maxima and minima in the interval c comma c plus 2 pi. So all these are the conditions. Any function which satisfies these conditions can be expanded by using Fourier series. So sometimes it will be asked you to define the Dirichlet conditions also. So it's better you have to remember them in a proper way. So let us see some examples how exactly we are going to expand the Fourier series expansion. Obtain the Fourier series for the function f of x is equal to x square by 2 in the interval minus pi to pi, and hence deduce that first one 1 by 1 square plus 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 3 square is equal to, and so on up to pi square by 6. And second one is 1 by 1 square plus 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 3 square plus and so on pi square by 12. And third case is 1 by 1 square plus 1 by 3 square plus 1 by 5 square plus and so on is equal to pi square by 8. So here there are the question has to be solved in 4 stages. One is obtain the Fourier series for the function f of x is equal to x square in the interval minus pi and pi. Okay, so that is the first condition. That is the first part of the problem. So we have to obtain the Fourier series expansion. And after that we need to deduce these 3 results. So we have to work out this problem in 4 different stages. So let us start working out the problem, and now let us use the concept of even and odd function. Let us see how exactly it is going to be helpful for us. Consider the given function f of x is equal to x square in the interval minus pi and pi. Let us replace x by minus x. Why should we have to do? So while talking about the introduction in the last class, so I was telling you it is going to be helpful in reducing the length of the problem. So unnecessary calculation may be eliminated by checking once whether the function is even or odd. So hardly it may take 1 minute for us to check, but it is going to save us more than half an hour time sometimes while working out the problems. So now I am replacing x by minus x. When we do that, on the other side also x is replaced by minus x. So minus x the whole square, and it is going to be x square itself, and that is nothing but our f of x. So we have started with f of minus x and it has resulted at f of x itself. So f of minus x is equal to f of x. It means that f of x is an even function. So once f of x is an even function, out of the 3 Fourier coefficients a0, an and bn, straightaway we can conclude bn will become 0. That is, yes, it has been checked and it has been proved also. You can also straight away write down when a function is even, bn, the Fourier coefficient bn results in 0, and you can also write down the value of bn as 0. And once bn is 0, the remaining only 2 Fourier coefficients need to be evaluated. That is, a0 and an need to be evaluated. Bn is already 0. So now let us evaluate a0. So a0 is equal to, the formula is given by, actually the formula for a0 is 1 by pi minus pi to pi f of x dx. So the actual formula is 1 by pi minus pi to pi f of x dx. Now let us use the property of integral. So when f of x is an even function, the integrand minus pi to pi can be written as, 2 times of integral 0 to pi. So that is a property of a definite integral which we are using it here. So that is the reason we had got a0 is equal to 2 by pi integral 0 to pi. So limits minus pi to pi has been changed to 0 to pi. Again, it is an advantage for us while substituting the upper limit and lower limit. It is going to be helpful for us. So a0 is 2 by pi integral 0 to pi f of x dx. So there are 2 advantages of checking even function or odd function. So a0, and substitute for f of x now, 2 by pi integral 0 to pi f of x is x square, and on integrating, integration of x square is x cube by 3 in the limits, limits 0 to pi, and substitute the limit pi cube by 3 minus 0. So a0 is going to be 2 pi square by 3. So hope you all understood this. And similarly, let us evaluate an. An, again the formula is 1 by pi minus pi to pi integral minus pi to pi f of x cos nx dx. So now let us make a substitution for f of x. So f of x we have already checked, it is an even function. And we also know that in the interval minus pi to pi, cos nx is also an even function. So product of two even function is even again. Therefore, the entire integrand is an even function. So when an entire integrand is an even function, integral minus pi to pi can be written as 2 times of integral 0 to pi. That is how we had gotten formula for an as 2 by pi integral 0 to pi f of x cos nx dx. So when we substitute for f of x as x square and cos nx, so now we have got two functions, product of two functions, and we need to integrate them. So integration can be done by two methods. One is integration by parts and the other one is straight away you can use the Bernoulli's rule. So now let us use the Bernoulli's rule so that it is easy for us. So keep the 2 by pi which is there outside the integration as it is. Now first function is x square and second function is cos nx. So first function, according to the Bernoulli's rule, keep the first function as it is. Integrate the second one. So u into v dash. Integration of cos nx is sin nx by n. And now differentiation of the first function. Differentiation of x square is minus 2x. And integration of sin nx by n. So we have to keep differentiating the first function and keep integrating the second function. So we had got minus of cos nx by n square. And now differentiation of 2x is 2 and integration of this term is minus sin nx by n cube. So now again we are not going for the next term because differentiation of 2 becomes 0. So multiplied to anything is 0 again. So we can stop it at this stage. And now that is the integration and between the limits 0 and pi. Now substitute the limits, upper limit minus the lower limit. When we substitute upper limit, x is equal to pi, it is pi square sin n pi by n minus 2 pi minus of cos n pi by n square plus 2 minus sin n pi by n cube. Where and all we had x, we have replaced it by pi. And for the lower limit, 0 minus 0 minus 0. Now let us simplify further. What is the value of sin n pi? Sin n pi we have already seen it is 0 for all the value of n. And how is this? But you can also check sin 0 is 0, sin pi is 0 again. So in the coordinate system, so sin 2 pi, sin 3 pi, sin 4 pi, for all the values of n it is 0. So we have written 0 here. And now this minus and this minus becomes plus 2 pi, outside keep it as it is. And cos n pi value is minus 1 to the power of n by n square. And the sin n pi is again 0, so it is 0 minus the lower limit. So when we simplify this, we get the answer as 4 minus 1 to the power of n by n square. So this is a value of an. So we have evaluated a0, we have evaluated an, and now bn is 0, which we already know. Now we have evaluated all the three Fourier coefficients. So once after evaluation of all the three Fourier coefficients, we need to substitute them in the Fourier series expansion. That is the main expansion. That is just given by a0 by 2 plus summation an and summation bn sin nx. So substitute for f of x is x square given in the problem. A0 is what we have evaluated. It is 2 pi square by 3 by 2 plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity. An value is 4 minus 1 to the power of n by n square and cos nx. And bn value is 0. So now, let us simplify further. Again cos nx, keeping it as it is, minus 1 and 4 minus 1 to the power of n by n square, and this term has been simplified to pi square by 3. Is it the required answer? If nothing, deductions are there. This completes your first part of the problem. You have obtained the Fourier series expansion for the given function. But we cannot stop it at this stage because there are 3 more answers that we need to get. So in order to get them, we have to substitute suitable value. So you can observe your equation 1 and you can observe the results what you need to obtain. So when you observe, then none of the results what we need to get are having trigonometric terms. So we need to eliminate the trigonometric terms given in the equation 1. So how do we eliminate? By substituting the suitable value for x. So what are the values can be substituted? For x is equal to 0, x is equal to pi by 2 and x is equal to pi are the 3 main values we'll be using it. So now let us see, substitute x is equal to 0. So once we make x is equal to 0 in our equation 1, so here this is x is equal to 0, so 0 square is 0, pi square by 3 is as it is, summation n is equal to 1 to infinity, 4 minus 1 to the power of n by n square, and cos 0 is 1. So we had got only this expression. And now, so when we substitute x is equal to 0, we had got this expansion. And now give a suitable value for n. Expand the summation. So, and when we expand the summation, n is equal to 1, n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3 can be given to this term, and note down the values. When n is equal to 1, so 4 minus 1 to the power of 1 by n square, that is 1 square. 4 minus 4 by 1. So keep that 4 as it is. So I'll work it out and show you. Otherwise, when n is equal to 1, in equation 1, we get x value is 0. So when n is equal to 1, we had got it pi square by 3 is equal to, so minus that I am transferring towards the other side, minus 4 by 1 into cos 0. So this 4, I'll keep it as it is. That is for n is equal to 1. When n is equal to 2 in equation 1 and x is equal to 0, both you need to substitute. So when we do that, pi square by 3, that I am transferring towards the other side. So it becomes minus pi square by 3 is equal to summation 4 minus 1 whole square is plus 1 divided by 2 square, that is 4. So 4, again like this we can, when we write for n is equal to 3, 4 and so on, 4 becomes a common term in the numerator which can be taken it out, and you can multiply towards the other side here. So we get that as pi square by 12, and for n is equal to 1, 2, 3 you get the required terms. You can work it out and check. Even in the live class I had explained you how exactly you will get that. That is for your first case. Now let's look at the second case. The second answer we obtained by substituting a value for x as pi. So when we substitute x is equal to pi and expand the summation for different values of n, you get your next answer. And add results of sub question 1 and sub question 2, you get the third sub question. So usually in the examination, sometimes they may ask all the 3 and sometimes they may ask only 1, and based on the marks you can answer. So this is how you need to obtain the Fourier series expansion. Hope you have understood. Now let us see another example. Obtain the Fourier series for the function f of x is equal to x in the interval minus pi to pi, and hence deduce or get this result. Given f of x as it is, like the working rule says, f of x, let us check for the even function and the odd function concept. F of x is equal to x in the interval minus pi to pi, and f of minus x is minus x, and it is result in minus f of x. The function here is odd. So once the function is odd, a0 and an becomes 0, only bn need to be evaluated. So you can straight away write down the answer also, like a0 is 0 and an is 0. Now bn. Bn, the actual formula is 1 by pi minus pi to pi, integral minus pi to pi f of x sin nx dx. But f of x is odd function. Just now we have checked. Sin nx is also odd. So product of two odd function results in odd itself. Therefore, integral minus pi to pi, integrand can be written as 2 times of integral 0 to pi. So that is how we had got this formula for bn. And now substitute for f of x. This is x into sin nx. So this is again a product rule. Our Bernoulli's rule can be used to integrate, and on integration we get this expansion. Substitute the limits 0 to pi. On substituting and integration and substituting the limits, we get this is for the upper limit and this is for the lower limit. Cos n pi is minus 1 to the power of n and sin n pi is 0. So this is what the answer we had got for bn. So once after getting the bn, a0 and an are 0 already. We have written it. And now write down, substitute the values in Fourier series expansion, which is f of x is equal to a0 by 2 plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity an cos nx plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity bn sin nx. That is a main Fourier series. So substitute for a0, which is 0, and an is also 0. Only bn term exists, and substitute for bn, which you have obtained. And now this is an answer that we had got after substituting for f of x also. But our answer is something else. In order to get the required answer, since sign is there, if you substitute x is equal to 0, the entire term becomes 0. 0 multiplied anything will be 0. So substituting 0 is not suitable when we have sign term in the expansion. Similarly, you cannot substitute pi also, because sin n pi is again 0. 0 multiplied anything is 0. The entire term becomes 0, which may not get us the suitable answer. So that is the reason the value which we can substitute is x is equal to pi by 2, specifically when we have sign terms. So do remember that x is equal to pi by 2 as the value we are substituting it. and expand for different values of n, we get this expansion. So this is how we need to obtain the Fourier series problems, Fourier series expansions and the required answers. So thank you. If there is any doubts, you can get back to me in the comment section. Thank you.